which, as you mentioned, it wasn't really that bad of a day to be out and about this afternoon. Maybe, though, you're still deciding what you want to do with the kids for spring break.
Yeah, it's coming up for most people in the metro next week. Maybe your plans include a trip to the Albuquerque BioPark. If they do, though, you're going to want to be prepared. There could be some animals not on exhibit for the time being.
Our Tamara Lopez joins us now from the zoo here in Albuquerque. Tamara, what animals should we not be on the lookout for if we plan to head to the zoo?
Yeah, Tessa, Trevor, if you head out to the zoo for a trip with the kids, you're going to notice that some birds are not on exhibit right now. That's because the Albuquerque BioPark is working to prevent the spread of bird flu to their birds. Now, this comes after Bernalillo County had a confirmed case of bird flu here, and so they're really just trying to have protective measures to protect their animals.
And this one's kind of active. Usually I feel like they're just sitting there, but no, this one's been kind of flying and hopping.
Taylor Eddy and her kids were checking out the bald eagle and other birds at the Albuquerque BioPark Zoo Monday afternoon. But there was some birds missing. That's because the biopark is taking preventative measures to protect its birds from catching bird flu. Dr. Carol Bradford is the senior veterinarian at the biopark. She says no biopark birds have caught it, but they're bringing some birds inside and adding tarps to other enclosures as a protective measure.
Really, any bird can be susceptible to it. So what we're doing is kind of taking a case-by-case risk versus benefit scenario in how easy they are to bring in, how stressful it would be or not stressful to kind of move them out of their habitat for a few days or longer.
Dr. Bradford says some birds may be temporarily off exhibit as they go through this process. Amber Silva says she did notice the missing birds.
So the whole bird area, like across the way from the big tortoises, was closed. We usually spend quite a bit of time in there, so that was all closed off, which was weird. It was just like quiet.
Dr. Bradford says the bird flu can spread easily and be deadly, and they want to prevent any birds from getting it.
It comes from other birds, either from respiratory secretions or feces or other bodily fluids. So what we're trying to do is really minimize the exposure of biopark birds to wild birds.
And Silva says even without some feathery animals on display, she'd still come back to the zoo.
That it's still absolutely worth it to come, and it's still super fun and super great, even though the birds are not here.
So Dr. Bradford also adds that the flamingos are still out and the peacocks, and most birds that are off exhibit right now will only be so temporarily while they can make changes to their exhibits. And coming up tonight at 6, we're talking to experts about how the bird flu could be impacting migrating birds here in New Mexico. Back to you.